What's bracking, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of my Leyton Orient Youth Academy career mode. So really looking forward to get this going here. We're going to be looking for a physically strong player first from Belgium. We're also going to take a look at some of the training. Some of the players are going to try to focus on in training. But Belgium for physically strong players ideal. So basically I would love to get both a target man striker along with some nice strong center backs or a CDM or that could possibly fill in at center back would be the ideal positions to get, because we're really struggling for center backs. You can see we have a 52 overall center back in Sharik. We're trying to train up, got up to that 52 in this training session. Bakaric, our only striker, just very close to 56. Cassidy, a physical midfielder who I'm trying to train up. He has good pace, stamina, and strength, so hopefully we can get up to a decent level. So the other scouts would be sent to England for 3 months. We're always going to have a scout in England, I'm thinking, looking for an attacker in England and looking for a defensive-minded player in Romania. But help me out, guys, with some more suggestions for countries. Again, the focus is kind of to improve the wing, I would say striker, winger, and center back. We look really good at the moment when it comes to the midfield. We have some quality midfielders, but those other positions are areas of improvement for sure. So trying to improve with the training. We're going to take a look at some kind of the players' looks and all that. I didn't edit the goalkeepers. I was having problems with the goalkeeper editing. I think only the gloves are. I thought I edited the gloves are right, but unfortunately it didn't carry over. I don't know if that's a big problem. If anyone knows and has tried to edit goalkeepers, let me know. But Oscar was kind of reminding me of like Slender Man. He has some gigantic like long legs. Shark though is one thick bit, so looking forward to him in that defense. Sorensen is quite tall. You can't really see it here as well in this screen, and I think the edit screen actually showed it better. Probably should show that, but Sorensen is very tall. He's like 6'5" or something like that. A really big fullback. Bradley Bennett, I decided to keep his shirt tucked. I think him and Walker. I think it was Walker, I think, but he has a shirt tucked look in my opinion. Nicholas Price, love the hairstyle. I think he looks really cool, so glad to see him in that midfield. Of course, has some really good status. We'll look more at the status later on. Maguire Drew, one of the few real players left. We have sold the majority of the non-youth academy players, who's helping us out quite a bit. Improve. So I just want to take you guys to be able to see some of the players here so far. If you have any suggestions for edits for some of these players, definitely let me know. I'm open to all suggestions. I want to make this a fun and interactive career mode because I really am enjoying all of this. I think we'll look into this first match here. You guys saw some of the key players, pretty much the squad at the moment. Everyone is going to be playing for the most part except some of the backup goalkeepers. We'll see a lot of these guys in action that you saw signed in that squad hub sections. So we'll take a look at the lineup for this first match. Looking forward to Buttocks Eater's first lineup here. As you can see right in that, Sorensen, Oshgard, Sharik, Simonsen making up that back line. Then Bennett, Walker, and Price in the midfield. Vishkorek, Bakaric, and Mitchell are the front three. So 4-3-3, I think that is kind of the best formation at the moment with the personnel we have. So we could definitely change later on, but we'll see. I'm kind of enjoying what we have. So I did go tucked in for both. I think it was Bennett and Walker. They just have that kind of like schoolboy look to them. And I decided to keep the shirts tucked in, but I think I did adjust their boots and all that. So I know it's a big pet peeve people had from a previous career mode I did not really edit the boots too much, but we'll get into the action. I think you can see how the team is playing. I think this 4-3-3 suits as well. Holding possession, doing a good job making things happen from the start. A good ball down that wing to Bennett, looking for a ball inside. Unfortunately, does get the corner, tried to kind of turn, make something happen, didn't work out. Putting a ball in here is Price, getting some good contact on it. Sorensen, he's a big dude, going for a little cross back in. Unfortunately, does not work out. But you can see, I think this formation is looking pretty good, and I think it'll be help us create quite a few chances. And defensively, looked pretty strong right away in this first matchup, and that counterattack is definitely going to be something we're going to try to capitalize on. The wingers don't have amazing pace, but for this level, they're decent. So Mitchell being played out wide here, looking for a pass inside. Unfortunately, cannot get it off in time. Probably need to be a little bit quicker to get that pass off and not get that cleared out. But some good play regardless. The ball's going to be played back from Simonsen to Walker. Back to Bennett. He's a pretty big dude. Does a good job holding the play. Back to Vyshegorod, attempting to take a shot. Unfortunately, could not get it off in time. But you can already see some good bouts of play. No really clear chances yet. But the team is looking pretty solid, and I think it's going to really eventually show off. If not this match, the future matches we'll be seeing some really good goals being scored because there's some good talent, and I think the formation is very good and fluid for some of the players we have. But again, a bit of problems here. Backouts, just cleared all around, trying to just kind of a little bit of volleyball, but a great sliding tackle there to get to clear that one out. So it's just wonderful work from him. I think that was Osgard right there. Great tackle to prevent that what looked like a pretty good opportunity for the opposition here. And now, so the ball played around, some beautiful runs in. That's a great play. Unfortunately, as we go down 1-0 in the 22nd minute. So a great save to create that corner to prevent what looked like a pretty good chance on goal. But some good work around the box here from Grimsby to grab that goal. So I'm going to try to respond back to Vyshegorod being played out on this wing, using that pace, trying to look for that pass inside. Unfortunately, not the best pass. Probably could have picked someone out in the end. But we're getting close. It looks like closer to the opportunity. Price now getting down this wing, getting by that defender, looking for the pass. Unfortunately, Vyshegorod did not turn very well, not turn completely to get a better opportunity. Now Bennett being played here. Unfortunately, Vyshegorod and just cannot hold on to the ball. His ball control is not the best. Trying to train that up, but he looks like he could be a bit of a liability at times. A great save, however, here from Wright, making himself very big, and a clearance from Shardik here at the end of that first half to keep things 1-0. But the play was looking good at times, some good build-up play, just no really clear chances at the moment, not picking out the best pass when we're in the final third. But now some good turning from this Grimsby player, putting it back in. Unfortunately, 2-0 up at the 52nd minute. Just not the best marking right there. Most of these players don't have the highest defensive awareness, which I believe is pretty much marking now. And it definitely showed in that moment with that cross being played back into the box. Now back into the wing with Vyshegorod. He's had quite a few chances looking for that cutback. Back to Bennett, to Price. Unfortunately, that shot is blocked. So some good work around the box again. That's what you like to see as we're moving into the 65th minute. Another possible highlight here. Mitchell doing a good job winning that. But unfortunately could not win that second ball. Now being played through, a big touch, unfortunately creates a little goal. A nice little sweat to find from the Grimsby attackers there to make things 3-0. So that's pretty much the end of the game. Unfortunately, I just caught out a bit in that moment counterattacking wise, but still promising play from the youngsters of Leyton Orient, and we'll see how they can perform, maybe bounce back and have a better performance in the second match, because the play was there, just couldn't get those clear chances. Unfortunately, were not strong enough in those little moments defensively. You can see just 3 shots, 1 on target, nothing too big happening with those shots, unfortunately. As we move on to the second match here against Scunthorpe, love the name, but we're going to go with the same lineup. It looks like pretty much Price has actually grown by an overall point. Does have a really good potential as well. We'll take a look at that more later on at the end of the episode. So now some good play here from Simonsen to Price, being played on through is Vyshegorod, looking for the inside pass. Unfortunately, did not work out. Just not the best passing of the moment from Vyshegorod in these little moments where he has to be a lot better on the ball. So we could end up making some changes. That went all the way through when that was very close to getting near post and being a 1-0 advantage to Scunthorpe early on. So got to improve that defending, that marking on those little crosses. This time, though, much better response from the center backs to get to that one cleared out. Now looking for a possible counterattack. Price back on the wing to Mitchell. Going to look inside now to Price. Back to Vyshegorod, who's going to look for this run of Bennett, who's going to have a good chance on goal, but unfortunately just maybe took a little bit too much time. Let the defender catch up to him and hits that right at the goalkeeper. He could have done a lot better with that chance probably, but still again, Vyshegorod back out on this wing. He's done a good job running at defenders with a good inside pass to Bennett, looking for Price. Unfortunately, again, just not the best touch in those tight spaces, and that's what's really killing the team at this moment. Playing some nice football, but the technical ability is lacking when it comes to that final opportunity in the final third. Now a great save from Wright, again just tipping that out Just beautiful work from him, extending all the way. Looked like it could have maybe stuck it. Yeah, I was definitely gonna sneak in near post, or at least hit the post and maybe bounce in. So a great save in that moment. Now here's some link-up play between Bakaruk and Price. Doing a good job this time is Bakaruk in holding up that ball. Vishkorek now waiting for the run of Simons. Actually ends up falling to Bakaruk though. He's going to play the ball over to Price. Unfortunately, that hits off of the crossbar there. So Bakaruk doing a good job putting them in the back post. Unfortunately, Price cannot finish the opportunity though. So some good play now again from Price. Waiting for a good run. Being patient. Bennett just cannot get past his player right there. Looked like he could have had a chance to maybe go on goal. And unfortunately could not take advantage of that chance there. A bit of a poor touch. But now, interception just in the right spot. Price here to Bennett. Back to Price. And that unfortunately hits the crossbar. Again, just not taking our chances when we have them here. So I was thinking maybe of going on goal. Price was thinking about it. But this time, Bakaruk is going to hit the crossbar again. So this is the third time, unfortunately. Very big, clear chances in this match, unfortunately, are not falling. But the play is definitely looking a lot better. Bakaruk with a turn. Unfortunately, just not very good with his hold-up play. He's a very young, inexperienced player. He needs to improve a lot more technically. And then maybe could see some changes in that striker spot. If we can't find a striker, we may have to go with someone else in that spot for future matches. But Bakaruk now playing the ball, patient here to Walker, to Price, going to turn and have a go. Just a great save from the goalkeeper right there. It looks like that was going top bins. Thought it was no chance right there. Unfortunately, did not work out though. Walker here to Sorensen, trying to have a go. Unfortunately, did not work out for the Giants. Did not get the best contact, and that was pretty much cleared out in the end. Now trying to get back on the counterattack. Just looks like it could be a good chance from Skunthorpe, but good job from Vishkorek to Price, to Bakaruk, playing the ball out to Sorensen. Look at this big man here. All 6'5" of him. Not the best pace, but he has a bit of ball control. Playing it into Price. Unfortunately, again, Price has had a couple of chances like that, but just could not get the best touch in the moments where he needed it. Now to Bennett here with a shot at goal, but unfortunately that goes well wide from the Ginger there. Vishkorek again running at the defense to Bennett, looking back inside, again to Price. Going to have a go, but right at the keeper. So again, Price has had quite a few chances at goal. Bakaruk maybe had a good chance to turn and have a go as well, but unfortunately loses the ball in the last touch of the game. So a very promising performance again from Bugs. So you can see him walking off the beautiful pink suit, all pink everything. It was promising, but unfortunately the lack of finishing is what killed them here. With 7 shots, 3 on target, but a lot of, I think it's 3 or 4 times hitting that crossbar. Some very clear chances that were not taken properly in what could have been the first 3 points of the season. So in this cup match, I will be simming the cup matches. I just don't really care too much about them, in all honesty. That just don't really matter to me. Obviously, having a good amount of success could help with money for a future scout, but we'll have to probably wait a little bit on that. I'm really focused on the league and trying to perform well in the first season in the league. So we're going to have some rotation in the side with Davis stepping in along with Pierce Cassidy, who've been training quite a bit. He's 5'10" with some really good physical stats. He has 78 physical, 67 pace is not too bad. And Mikobust. I will try to pronounce this. I remember the pronunciation was given to me. I will learn these pronunciations. I have a very unique team. So him and Davis will be on the wings, coming in for Vishkorek, as well as Mitchell, to give them a bit of a rest. You definitely need some rotation on the side to give some of these younger players some chances, because the lower leagues in England definitely play tons of matches. So we're going to get into this first game here. This game here, I think, is the 3rd match of the episode against Exeter now. Good cut from Mikobust. Back to Bakaruk, to Cassidy. Unfortunately, a very tame effort. Again, having those chances on goal, but cannot take them at the moment. Back here to Price, playing it to Mikobust. And unfortunately, a big save. A very Big save from the goalkeeper there. Could have probably gone near post. Maybe try to tuck that in near post. It looks like that might have been the best way to go about things. Probably could have finished that, but went far, and a huge save from the Exeter goalkeeper to keep things 0-0 here in the 20th minute. Another chance. Running at the defense. Giving the ball to Price to Bakaric. Back to Price again. And just unfortunately another team effort when we have that chance in the box. This Bakaric again not doing the best job with his hold-up play either. That's something we, again, could see some changes at that striker position. And a big opportunity near post in the 31st minute is not taken from Exeter to keep things 0-0. Now Cassidy playing the ball to Bennett, can have a good turn, go with the defense. Try to play that ball here. Now Mikubus again, fortunately, gets his shot deflected, and this is just almost sad in some senses because so many opportunities have not been taken these past couple games now. Exeter running at the defense. A ball played through. No clue where Sorensen is right there. He is absolutely out of the picture. You can take a look at him just trying to track back. He's very slow to doing so, and that is what really leads to that goal. Just not the best marking in general. It's going to be 1-0 at the moment to Exeter. But a good ball played here to Davis. Running at the defense now, cutting back really quickly. Going to look for this ball to Cassidy. Unfortunately, again, not the best shot either. So the changes have been there. A lot of clear chances, a lot of good opportunities, half chances. Good build-up play nonetheless, but things are not working out as Davis tries to get played through. Did not work out in the end, but a very good clearance from the Exeter defender. As again, Bakaric just cannot hold the ball up right there, and that is something that is killing us when we're trying to break on the counter, or just kind of that simple hold-up play. And this match will end 1-0, a 1-0 loss. In another game where there were plenty of chances to be had from Leyton Orient youngsters. As you can see, Bennett talking up his players. He knows that a lot of those chances could have been taken a lot better. And Bennett, the man who is featured right there, is going to actually slot into that striker spot. He has 75 strength, 73 acceleration, 76 jumping. So this is going to play like a target man, really. He's going to be kind of a target man, false nine. Going to drop back in that midfield on occasion. Going to ask him to help out in those senses, as Mitchell and Vishkodrek will also be stepping back into the starting 11 for this match against Rochdale, who are actually first in the table, 7 points. So it's pretty just kind of cramped all around within that mid-table to the top. As we really want to try to turn things around here. Mitchell's going to have a nice little turn, play the ball back into Price. Going to look for that ball across. Unfortunately, could have went for the cross when he just maybe had to play on the ground, and that ball goes well over. So the chances are there again early. Could this be a repeat of those first few matches? Hopefully not, as victory has unfortunately been quite difficult to find recently. Now, a big chance from Rochdale is not taken in the 9th minute. Hit the post right there, and maybe we could take advantage of that miss as Bennett plays the ball back out wide here to Vishkodrek. Back into Cassidy, who's going to run at the defense a bit here. Look for something inside, but unfortunately cannot make things happen. Maybe just got to put that ball in the air to Bennett, who's a pretty tall player. That's again what we could be looking for, is maybe have him a bit more be of that target man. Looked for him to use that noggin to make things happen. Now Mitchell running at the defense, a lot of space, playing the ball back into Cassidy, back to Vishkodrek, back to Price. Unfortunately, that ball is deflected. That shot is deflected. That was some really good play. And of course, Buttocks Heater is quite frustrated in this moment. Busy knows. Again, that's just kind of been the story of these first few matches. The lack of chances taken, as well as being played back out to Mitchell off this corner. Back to Cassie. A great turn and a finish from him. The youngster getting a chance here in this match, of course, has plenty of work to do to improve as a player, but he rewards his manager. The trust his manager gave him in this matchup with a great goal, wonderful turn in the box, lovely turn, and finishes that near post to go up 1-0. So against the first place team in the league as well is quite promising to see, and of course to see just the improvement in general after some of the first few performances. The build-up play was there really, but defensively were not the best, and of course finishing those chances was not happening. So the first goal here from one of these youngsters by Pierce Cassidy in this moment. You gotta love to see it, being up 1-0. Back to Vishkodrek, back out on this wing looking for Cassidy. Some good build-up play back in the middle to Bennett. Good little touch. He's going to look for a turn and a shot. Unfortunately, hits off the post. Goes back to Mitchell. Cannot get this shot off. Looks like he took a bit of a poor touch. I think he wasn't expecting that to go right back to him. And a great job from the center back there getting to that. I think it was Oshgaard doing a good job getting to that. Of course, yeah, he's a slender man, and Shark is a thick bitch, so you gotta love that combination between the two. Now Cassie playing the ball here to Price, through to Bennett, and could this be it? 2-0 at the end of that first half, and yes, it is. Going right into the stoppage time, the final minute of stoppage time. Wonderful work from Price playing Bennett through, and that is really what you want to see, that combination play in that midfield. Some great work to go up 2-0 to end that first half, and just a great run, beautifully weighted pass, perfectly weighted pass, and a good finish. No chance for the keeper on that one. From the Ginger, pretty much just thrown in that striker spot due to the lack of options, but has taken that chance here. And that's wonderful to see, as at the end of that first half, basically going into the second half, first 2 minutes in the second half, a kind of hopeless cross works out, a really good touch, and a great hit to make things 2-1. And that was a bit disappointing because we played so well, and just kind of things came out of nowhere, but a great job from the defense right there to clear that one out for Leyton Orient defense. Now, not the best defense here, but a great job from Shark to make up for it, to stop that cross. And again, Oshgaard doing a good job grabbing the interception. Now, Price to Mitchell to Bennett. Some beautiful quick build-up play. Those triangles. Back to Cassidy. Going to have an effort on goal. Unfortunately, hits it right at the keeper, but you got to love to see that. The acceleration off that pass, that's exactly what we're looking for. Someone who's explosive, can take their chances. As in the 85th minute, Rochdale does actually fluff a very good opportunity on goal, as Leyton Orient ends up grabbing the 3 points here with a 2-0 victory, as the manager, of course, is quite happy. Look at, oh my god, the dude is so thin. I did not notice that before. That manager is so, he's a twig basically. But Bradley Bennett taking his chance here, thrown into that striker spot with Bakrik underperforming, no other striker options, doing a good job to basically be what we are lacking at the moment. So someone who can finish those chances, can get in behind, can utilize that strength, kind of hold up play, and really be an option to just work off of. I think, the 4-3-3 is obviously what we're going to be playing. And so I think at striker for a 4-3-3, you need someone who's comfortable on the ball and can really create chances, can also finish chances when they're created for them. So Price doing a good job turning here. Back to Bennett, to Davis. A good here to Mikubus. Going to play the ball back into Davis, but I think a little bit too much. Could have probably had a goal if we would have not tried to be too cute. But Davis looks very promising this game. He's got that low center of gravity, but still is quite strong. Price with a good turn back to Davis, and a beautiful ball played to Bennett, and he rewards again his manager's trust. I don't know if it was really trust or more the lack of a proper striker, but either way, Davis coming in. He's been kind of a rotational winger, but getting some chances to help rest those other wingers. Does a great job with that pass, and Bennett doing a good job being the perfect spot, making that run, just perfectly timed run, in honesty also. So it's great to see that, to go up 1-0 here against Crawley. So Cassidy back out on this wing, looking to Walker, taking an effort on goal. Unfortunately, that is deflected, but the build-up play is looking good. The team is looking confident, and you love to see that, as this ball is being played in the middle. Here to Oshgaard, back to Walker. You're going to flick it on to Sorensen, and the big man ends up putting that in the back of the net. And what a celebration you see from him here also. This celebration is his trademark, I'm thinking. It looks like he doesn't really know, he just didn't know how to celebrate after scoring a goal like that. I mean, obviously being a fullback, you don't see too many opportunities like that. But does a good job taking that chance, going up 2-0 in this one in the 44th minute. It seems like we scored a lot of goals here at the end of the halves recently in these past few matches. So good to see the offense playing a lot better, taking advantage of these set-piece opportunities, a couple of second balls being played around. Again, a good touch, clean little finish. I mean, that's like 4 yards out, but it works put that one in the back of the net from Sorensen. I think he's been very strong defensively also. He's done a good job defensively in the one match where he was quite poor. He led to one of the goals in one of our losses. But other than that, I think he really deserved that. There's really no other action throughout this matchup, as we did end up winning this one 2-0. So a very good full-on performance, strong performance defensively, grabbing that clean sheet, and a good response again from the team offensively after struggling a bit earlier on. But we're going to do some simming. Obviously, there's so many matches. So Leyton Orient ends up bringing the 2-2 draw against Cambridge. Cambridge is very low on the table, so probably should have won that one. But I do want to keep things kind of realistic, as I do think the game is kind of getting a bit easier for me personally. So I do want to make things interesting rather than just like running through the table. But of course we didn't start amazingly, but I think we still want to keep things interesting throughout, especially because you never know with the patches and all that. But we do need a backup fullback to call up Charles Cook. Other than that though, I don't think we're gonna go after too many other players, but here is a very interesting player, Nathan Platavots, I believe is how you pronounce it. 54 to 68, 72 to 92. We're going to sign him right away. Looks like he's a center back in CDM or fullback, so perfect player. He had a bit of height to him. He's about 6'2". Again, physically strong. Looks like he'd be bringing us back some good options for that center back and fullback spot along with CDM. So we'll see what we can get here. Hopefully some more center backs. That's really what we need in the squad, as we're very thin. Not much depth at center back at the moment. And we'll look here at 6'2", possible center back, who will sign him up. Of course, probably not the best to just sign everyone possible, but we really just need depth at the moment. We don't have too many. We have the backup wingers and a lot of backup goalkeepers. Now Nathan Platavots, he's 6'1" with 84 jumping, 77 strength, 71 acceleration, 73 sprint speed, 73 stamina. So really good physical attributes for both center back and a CDM. I think we're probably going to end up slotting him at center back, but we'll see what happens. That's very promising to see, as I was not expecting to see a player of that caliber yet inside the squad. Technically, he's quite poor, though. We're going to have to really work on those technicals, honestly. Not the best defensive ability, so we're going to have to call him up right away, honestly. Owen Alexander doesn't look too bad. Peter Hill is our only other center back in the squad at the moment. Now, Sen Gusens, 6'6" with 74 strength, 72 jumping. He's definitely a good center back option as well. So we'll think about letting him kind of maybe sit in the youth academy for a bit, maybe, if that's possible. Because his physicals are good already. His overall obviously is trash, but he can maybe contribute a little bit, at least at this League 2 league level, and possibly League 1 eventually. So probably going to end up needing to trim the youth academy a bit more depending on who we get. So kind of release Jordan Morgan, not too much. Cronshaw doesn't look too good, especially now they found a good another CDM option. We have plenty of depth at center mid, in my opinion, at the moment. Because I think Davis could play there, Shkodrek could play there also. So that helps us out to have some players who can play in those positions. Now, Wouters, another left back, not really amazing. Of course, I signed from Belgium. Not Olsen. Gotta say goodbye to him. I don't really see too much use in him, unfortunately, other than the fact that he has a cool name, considering I mean, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, that is. But we'll look at Phillips. 92 potential, 92 to 94 potential at the moment. 58 overall. He can be signed, but I do think we may let him sit a little bit longer. I'm not sure though. I did end up promoting him. Yeah, I did end up promoting him, but kind of maybe sit in there a little bit longer. But his potential made me worried because recently it doesn't show me like who is like unhappy. Sometimes it glitches and I can't see who wants to leave. So showing great potential is Nathan, and that's very promising. And he's 6'1", 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, left foot medium high work rates, again 84 jumping, 71 acceleration, 73 sprint speed, 73 stamina, and 77 strength. So some wonderful center back attributes. Technically, he's honestly terrible. He's not very good technically. So if we just train his marking and tackling, he will be very solid. I think I don't want to maybe overtrain him right away. We can maybe try to get him to 65 overall or something. As we'll end up simming this match, I do want to get to the other youth academy scout reports as well for the other countries as they're coming a little bit later. We did lose at Cheltenham 2-0. That's fine. I think I kind of want that slow build, but Shodek, unfortunately, out for 4 months. So we're going to have to really put Nathan into that center back role right away. I was thinking I let him play center defenseman, I believe, in that matchup, and center back is going to be the spot for him as soon as possible. I decided to call up Peter Hill also because we're going to need some more depth at center back just to be safe. And I ended up calling up Goossens as well because we need that defensive depth anyways. We'll just have to end up training some of those guys, honestly, as soon as possible, just in case we have any other injuries come up for sure, because you'll see that right away with Hill training his defense, Goossens as well, Platavut, his passing, his vision. He has only 46 long pass, vision's only 59, and defensively his awareness is only 53, so quite low. Definitely is improving those areas. Peter Hill, you can see 6'2". I like the ponytail, man. We're keeping that ponytail. Very beautiful. We'll end up, untucking his shirt, giving him some boots and all that. So don't worry about that. We'll get that all sorted out. Nothing amazing. Clearly, only a 51 overall. I mean, Shodek was only 51 overall when he started. So we'll definitely not having to train up Goossens. I already got him to 45. Obviously, that's not very high, but he has 74 strength, 72 jumping. So he could end up being alright as long as we train him up and get him to a more respectable level. But we finally do have a lot of young players. We can fill the entire substitute bench with youth academy players, and we don't have to have like 3 of them being freaking goalkeepers. So that is progress. Phillips again is 58 overall. We'll end up seeing what his potential really is. I mean, it did say 92, 94. And here from... didn't really get too much, unfortunately, from Romania. To go defensive, I feel like there's probably a lot other, maybe I could have maybe gone with something else, but ended up getting one of the fullbacks, obviously, because we don't have too many options there yet at the moment. But now moving here, Toby Turner, 72 to 92. He's only 15 years old, so I decided to maybe see how he ends up looking once I call him up. And other than that, nothing too much at the moment. Again, guys, if you want to help me out, give me some suggestions for countries for, if not this episode or the next episode, but future episodes. Certainly would love your feedback. It would be great to have you guys help me out in that manner. But trying to improve some of the morale of the players also has been a bit of a pain, especially once you start simming. But that's just this new FIFA here. But we have 2.2 million in the transfer budget. We could definitely try to improve one of the scouts eventually. We'll see what we do. Now, Toby Turner, nothing too amazing. His pace, agility, and bounce are okay. 52 overall, 72, 92 potential. So he's nothing amazing, unfortunately. And Popescu, the Romanian fullback, 50 overall. Doesn't look too amazing either. He's 6'3", so you can maybe fill in that center back. I mean, 69 strength. So that's something you got to think about. A lot of these fullbacks are pretty tall, you find. Can end up filling in other positions. So at the moment, we are in 14th, but it's very congested. We're on 8 points, but you can see that some of the playoff spot is still in 13th. So we're 5 points away from a playoff spot. Really not that far considering how many teams are in this league and how many matches will be played. And we're 7 matches in the season. So I think we definitely kind of push forward and do a good job in the end as well. To kind of look down the statuses for you guys, just so everyone can see that all again. Just because I think it's useful. So we'll look at some of these players. No statuses for most of the defense did not hit 60 yet. Or anything like that. Sorensen doesn't have a status, unfortunately, as he did hit 60 recently. And we'll take a look at some other players. Again, Nathan does have the showing great potential. I believe that was as well. Callum Davis is possibly could go to another area, but showing great potential is Walker. Price had potential to be special. Showing great potential is Bradley Bennett. So that's great to see. He did just hit that 60 overall. So the whole center mids, I mean, showing great potential is Walker, has potential to be special is Price, and Bennett showing great potential. So I think that really means we can play Nathan in that center back role, and we will be very, very strong, a lot stronger defensively and in that midfield. I think that's great to have that option. Again, Broderick, 58 overall. We got to find another striker, though. We definitely need to find another striker for the future. As Shoddick unfortunately getting out for a while. He was performing well despite only being 56 overall. He definitely played above his overall, in my opinion. As we'll see kind of the overall change in some of these players also. But with that, I think we'll kind of run out this episode here. I just want to show you guys all these new players and all that. But with that, my beautiful chalupa lovers, I really appreciate all your support. I really appreciate it. I'll try to make these episodes shorter. I will try to do that. It's a bit tough. I mean, I've not recorded career modes in so long. What I'll probably try to do is get to end of October on the next episode going into November. I think we'll try to get like a month, 2 months an episode or something like that is definitely the ideal way to go about things, I'm thinking. So we'll try to get that done, into November within the next episode for you guys. But with that, I really appreciate all your support. Hit that like button again. Help me out with some tips for youth scouting and all that, and any edits you may want to see. With that, my beautiful chalupa lovers, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button. I'll be staying out now, and I'll catch you guys later.